I'm guessing this person is referring to like cultural shame and kind of the shame that cultures can instill in us, and like if we go against the norms of the culture and things like that, or the norms of our family system, how that brings up shame. I hope that's what you mean. That's what I'm kind of gonna go off of. I would say that it's difficult. I definitely like grew up in a privileged culture that wasn't as much where I didn't feel as much shame for kind of define that. But I think it's all about your relationship with yourself, because we feel shame when we think we've done something wrong and we're a bad person, and we can feel like a bad person if we've always been rewarded in our lives for acting a certain way. If our culture rewards us for being a certain way and we aren't that way, that's going to bring up so much shame. But when you really connect with yourself and say, yeah, okay, I'm not that way, but wouldn't I rather live for myself than live for anyone else, then that kind of eventually gives you that internal power to choose yourself over choosing your culture. Because ultimately, when we sacrifice and people please and become what everybody else wants us to so that we can avoid experiencing shame, we really limit our lives. And I think a lot of the time it feels easier to live that way, because the fear of actually living to you and experiencing the shame of that feels so much worse than just sucking it up and being whatever your culture or whatever that is wants you to be. But I can tell you that it's worth it. And I think even you asking this question tells me that your heart wants that for yourself, and that you don't want to continue whatever, that you want to change and you want to live for you. And I think that question is really evidence to that. So go after that feeling. I'm sorry I can't give more advice on that, but I would just say, just start to kind of jot down what your values are, and just understand like kind of what Laura was mentioning. When you notice when something doesn't feel right in your body, that tells you who you are and what matters to you. And once you start to understand what matters to you, you can constantly make a mantra and remind yourself, this matters to me, and what matters to me is more important than the shame of this choice.